but it's the hydrant we've been having an issue with. Yeah, a bunch of these heifers definitely are looking like they're on track for 2 to 3 weeks from now, which is awesome. Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Ohrmundt Simmentals. All right, it is Monday afternoon. Yesterday and today, it has not gotten above negative temps. Yesterday, it did not get above -5, and today it has not gotten above -8, I think. This morning I had -12 on the thermometer, air temperature. So there is a little bit of a breeze and has been all day. So we're probably in the -30s for feels like temperature or wind chill. So not the greatest temps. I did have the day off today because it is Martin Luther King Day. Our company observes that as a holiday, which was kind of nice. So I was able to come out and kind of do a walk around to check things out and stuff like that. We didn't do anything but feed yesterday, and same for today. Pretty much the only thing we're doing is feeding. Yesterday we did run into a little bit of an issue, and I'll talk about that when I get out there. And then I ran into another issue in the same spot, and I'll talk about that too when I get out there. She finally went. The thing I've had to do to the little blue and the baby blue is just, what I've been doing is just breaking ice, and then I'll scoop a bunch of water out just to make sure that the thing's running. And yep, little blue is wide open, but it's the hydrant we've been having an issue with. So yesterday, when the tire went off the rim on Saturday, and we plugged in right here, we plugged in the air compressor. Well, I forgot to plug the heater back in. Well, then yesterday I plugged it back in the morning, figuring, okay, no problem, we'll come back out in a few hours when we feed or whatever and make sure everything's all good to go. Well, the plug was like melting. You could tell it was definitely like melting, and something was going on in that plug. It was junk, and if I tried to unplug it, it was sparking. So I had to figure out what circuit it was on and flip the breaker. Unfortunately, the breaker that's on is the same breaker that runs the heater for the little blue. So I said, well, you know, we can, for the couple of days until it warms up, and then we'll put a new plug on. I can limp it along with trying to run water, bust ice. Not a huge deal. There's only 5 animals in here. Not a huge deal. Go grab a little warm water. Not a huge deal. And actually, the way I found it out was, instead of using the water, because I do know that sometimes when you add when I put my warm water on, if it's really cold for a couple of days, I have to do that for a couple of days because I really just introduced more moisture to that. So I was like, okay, I know it's really cold, so I'm going to use the heat gun. Well, when I went to go plug it in, that's when I found my issue. So, what is our new issue I found today? Well, I went to go open that hydrant this morning. A little bit of warm water on top, no big deal. Opened right up, no water. There's water at the little blue, and then it tees off and goes to the hydrant. So it was like, okay, what's going on? There's no water here. I ran like 4 or 5 more things of water over the top just in case that was frozen. And still no go. If it was frozen even at the bottom, which is about 5 feet deep. I know it's cold, but I doubt the frost is down 4 to 5 feet. And it gets run every day. That's the other thing. So we're kind of like, okay, maybe it is still froze up on top, and because it's so cold, running hot water on it isn't really going to do much. But I'm going to try it one more time just to see if I can open it back up. I don't know if it'll do anything. We have a backup plan though for those animals. And nothing. And I can stick my finger in here and there's nothing. The only thing we can think, because this moves up freely, which means there's no frozen water in here. So either it's frozen in here, or it's frozen at the very bottom in here somewhere. That's honestly the only thing we can think of. So what's our backup plan? Our backup plan is that we can split that blue water in half. Right now I have the gate kind of shoved to the other side, but we can throw a bale we still have that red bale feeder back there behind the bull, and we're just gonna put the steers in there, and then that way they can run off the blue water and be good to go. It does kind of stink for corn silage, but we also thought if they're in there for a long period of time, we can just make some piles in there. Yeah, that one was a little unexpected because, yeah, we've had a couple of really cold days in a row, but it's only been a couple of really cold days, not like a couple of weeks of really cold time. The bulls probably still have the best area going right now, but that's all right. We definitely want to take care of their twig and berries. So we actually did have one like 4 years ago, I think. We had a really nice looking bull, and he must have gotten frostbite down on his twiggle, so he was no good. But you just got to make sure they got somewhere decent to lay down when it's super cold, because you definitely don't want that stuff to get frozen or damaged or anything. Dad's grabbing the bale for the steers, and we did put their ground feed back here. Just dumped it on the ground, made a line with his tire and dumped it on that, and then we'll fill the feeder up and then get them back there. We did go second crop this time, just in case we don't get their corn silage or don't get their ground feed back to them one of these days. They still got really nice hay. And I think, is it next week? Yeah, next week we got 2 more going out. So yeah, we'll go from 5 to 3. That'll be nice. That'll definitely be nice. All right, let's get these guys moved. Yeah, I took my glasses off because my nose is getting cold, and if I pull this up way up here, they fog up. So I gotta put them in my pocket. Okay, better? All right, let's get these guys moved. My dad grabs his other bale. They should move pretty easy, hopefully. Yeah, and the next 2 to go is going to be that big red one, and then we might actually send the heifer. because we're gonna be keeping like a half for like more like a hamburger, basically just hamburgers and steaks, and I think that's what we're gonna use her for. Or it would be this black guy in the back here. This is one of the twins from a couple years ago from PZ. Hey, how's it going? All right, it is Wednesday afternoon and a little bit of flurries, but hey, you know what? It's like 19 degrees outside. All right, so feeding tonight. We're gonna do corn silage. We've been kind of skipping it the last 2 nights because it's been so cold, and giving them a little extra ground feed in the place of the corn silage. But that's all right. It's forced them to kind of nibble around and clean up their mess. But we'll get this cleaned out. We're probably gonna take the stuff out of here, at least most of it. Dad's getting the tractor now. Quick little update. So this is FM 431 right there. You see her right ear, your left. Yeah, there's like a little bit of like wetness on the bottom, but it's perked back up. It doesn't look like she's having any issues. She doesn't look slowed down or nothing, so I don't know what the heck she did to it, but she's not having any issues, which is good. I would really hate for something to happen to her, because we got 5 pretty darn nice, well actually 6. We got 6 pretty darn nice replacement heifers. And because of the really cold temps yesterday and Monday, we fed 2 bales both of those days. Yesterday was supposed to be a 1 bale day, but we went 2 yesterday because we knew today would be, right now we're literally about 40 degrees warmer than we were yesterday morning. So yeah, it's just one of those things. But I'm still continuing to do my little walkabouts here, checking out our animals, because we are about 2 weeks, 3 weeks from heifers being due. How these guys are going to get corn silage for a few days. They didn't get it yesterday either, which was just fine. But yeah, that's how we're going to deal with them until we get the hydrant figured out. They definitely don't need a lot. They just need, corn silage is just their supplement. I mean, it's a little of this, a little of that, a little of the other thing. So, you know, like I've discussed before, it's balancing the hay, the corn silage, and the ground feed. They're gonna eat less hay with the corn silage, but you don't need a whole lot of corn silage because you still want to eat hay. Hey, how's it going? It is Thursday afternoon, and I need my heat gun again. Not to thaw anything out, but I want to get the air compressor started again, because for like the second time this week, I got to pump Dad's tires up. But he is going in tomorrow morning to get new tires, so hopefully that helps. So let's set this guy up, and then we'll get going with the rest of our stuff. A little bit of silage left in here from last night, but not too shabby. Nothing that we're gonna clean out. Probably spread it out a little bit, and we'll just put a little light sprinkle over the top. One thing I did keep reminding myself, and I'm gonna do it right now, is I need to check my tag stock. And mostly I'm checking for my Ohrmundt Simmental tags. Let's see here. So maybe would make it through the season with that. But I would definitely need some yellows though. I do have some All Flex that are older that I could still use. These are all accumulated old tags from last 5 or 6 years. Honestly, this bag right here is probably 4 or 5 years old. Same with this one's even older. That's probably 6 years old, 7 years old. Because I had switched to the orange over the red a number of years ago. Probably about 15 years ago is when we did when we started doing red tags for the boys and yellow tags for, always growing up, we always had yellow tags. So we just let the girls have the yellow tags. And then 15 years ago or so, whenever we started with red tags. But then when a year before I switched to doing Ohrmundt Simmentals on the tags, then I started doing the orange tags because the actual letters and stuff that you write on there, numbers and letters and stuff, actually show up a little nicer on the orange versus the red. So red, they kind of blend in a little bit. All right, giving the boys their corn silage. And that's the aftermath of what we gave them yesterday. This time we do have their ground feed in there too. So that is the bad part about doing it that way, is they'll be stupid and play around with it, and then they'll start eating it. So while I was warming up, I figured I would go through our tub that has all our calving supplies with the tags and stuff. Kind of remind myself what I think I need and things like that. I don't really need a whole lot. We don't need colostrum because we just got that brand new bucket from Gen X last year. And I'll show you that stuff later on. But that thing is probably going to last this year and next year. We just try and make sure we keep it good and sealed up. It's Thursday. I got things I got to do tonight. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hey, how's it going? Happy Friday. All right, we are getting going here. I'm pretty happy because I don't have to pump Dad's tires up today. He got new tires put on his truck this morning, so that was good. Actually found out he had to get a little bit of an alignment adjustment, but those tires were, we tried figuring it out. We think those tires might be 8 years old. So he was due for some new ones. And I was sick of putting air in it every day, which is what had been going on for the last 5 or 6 days. So, yeah. All right. Nothing too fancy today. One bale for the cows. I definitely got to check over these heifers. Oh, yeah. Dad's got the spike on, so we'll do bales first. Just need to fluff up the stuff for the calves and just all the normal stuff. And tomorrow we should be getting our corn stalks. Guys coming about 11 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock. So that should be nice. Get some stalks, find out how good they are, and hopefully order some more. But this tire on the Mahindra though, we had to put some air in that thing because it definitely had lost some air yesterday. I mean, granted, it's been ridiculously cold, but we might have to investigate that a little bit further if there's an actual leak in that thing. All right, so this is our leading candidate right here as JL931. Don't ask me what her name is. She's got one, but don't ask me what it is. looking, it's definitely easier to tell on heifers when they start to bag up, because they go from nothing to something. So looking for that bag to drop a little bit, start filling up a little bit. She's not she's not close. She's kind of like on track for 2 weeks from now, which is basically all I'm looking for. And same with Share Bear here. She looks like she's bagging up just a little bit, which she also would be due in about 2 weeks. Yeah, a bunch of these heifers definitely are looking like they're on track for 2 to 3 weeks from now, which is awesome, because then they'll hit that AI time. DF431, she's a high roller out of a Lucky Dice, and she has got a True Justice in her. I am hoping for a bull calf, because I think that guy will turn out really nice. All right, so everybody's fed, everybody's taken care of. It's nice and short and sweet today. Nothing too crazy, but yeah, it's Friday, it's the end of the day, it's the end of the video, it's the end of the week. So I hope you guys liked the video. Hit that thumbs up button, supports the channel. If you got any questions, please leave them in the comments. We are like I said before, we are legit like just under 3 weeks from calving, and we got some ladies out there that are starting to bag up, and they're getting close. So we're gonna have some nice AI calves coming, and then some factory calves shortly behind that. So you're definitely gonna want to join. So hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, so you can follow along and see some baby calves. So as always, thanks for coming along.